Yes, my name's Steve, and today in another Hodgepodge review, we're going to be going over the Banpresto Mobile Fighter G Gundam of Allenby and Rain. These are statues. We did an unboxing of these a while ago, but we had a request to do some more Gundam character reviews, and to be honest, I have not a ton, but I do like to collect pilots from certain animes because they're generally the characters you hang out with more than the mechs. Like, granted, the mech's cool, but we had to also enjoy these peoples at some points. So I decided to do a review. They're still down here. Recently dusted them off. Perfect time to get these underneath the review lights. So I guess we'll start with the Rain here. Mainly because I think between the two, this is probably the weaker of the set. Also, I just want to bring up here before we get even more into this. For Hodgepodge reviews, if you guys like to see these in advance, they're up on our Patreon before they show up here. Usually at least a day. Because for the most part, it's kind of like our... whenever we do the unboxing Destroying the Valley videos, they show up on Patreon, and then once we run out of stuff to put out, we start putting those out. So if you guys like to keep up to date with this stuff, definitely make sure to go check that out. But for Rain here, for me, I think the biggest critique I have for this is that its pose is looking downward. So when it's sitting on your shelf, you don't really get a good look at her face. And to me, it almost looks like she's kind of sad. Like a little bit depressed when she's wearing this super skin-tight outfit with the little nubs on the shoulder here. But I think the Banpresto captured the look of her pretty well. Got her brown hair, the little yellow band on the top here, keeping most of the hair in check, with the gold earrings on the side. Eyes done in a very nice blue color. The suit here is done in a glossy black with a almost metallic pink. And you got more of the nubs here on the back. Now, one thing I will mention is that for these, it's kind of like older Sega statues, because for the most part, it says copyright 2007. I know these are fairly old Banprestos, but you do get some paint imperfections here and there. Like you can kind of see here, there's some excess glue here on her arm, and then just little issues here and there, like some of the whatever the undercolor, some kind of black is showing up on her butt here, which I guess it kind of gives you a reason to stare at it because you gotta look at the imperfections, but it's not the best. This arm's not too bad, but you do get the seam line there. Same with under here. I'm not even sure what that is. I want to say it was hair, but it looks like something's actually in the paint. But yeah, other than that, like everything else looks really nice about it. And to be honest, for the price point, I don't think it's too bad. You even get like the because what this is for the base is it's actually the ring, and the ring would go down the character and would put the suit over top of them, and that's kind of what this is replicating. So she actually doesn't have technically anything on her legs currently. And it's a cool look. Like, I actually really like the idea that they had, but I kind of wish that at least she was looking upwards. Because for the most part, like, if you're going to be displaying her on your shelf, you'd kind of have to have her somewhere high, I think, to really get, like, the full bang for your buck. Now, for Allenby, on the other hand, I actually really like the pose. I think it captures the character very well. It's very vibrant because she's kind of just like, yeah. But it works for the character. All of that, like this positioning for this hand in particular, looks like it would hurt like a son of a. But she's got her little connector rods, which she's got them on her hands, got them on the shoulders. Not entirely gold like Rain, where you have a little bit of the white there. And then coming down the back here. And for this figure, I don't really notice any of the paint imperfections anywhere. At least, like, I guess there's a little nick here. Her biggest issue is, for some odd reason, like, how they painted it. It just has a bunch of, like, scratches in the paint, like deep gouges. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the mold, and then they did the paint over top of it. Isn't quite the best. But again, for like, these things weren't really meant to be super expensive at the time, so it just having like a decent paint job and a sculpt is already kind of winning. And with the imperfections like here and there, it's, I don't know, it's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of to be expected at this point with these. But I do really like the pose. I think the head sculpt turned out really nice on her too. We got her nice green eyes, mouth's open. Got the green hair on the top here. I will say that there's like a piece of the paint missing right there, which that's how she came. And the other thing too is I like is the wrapping around her, I think matches the coloring a little bit better, because you get the blue and the reds, kind of like what you get on her suit here. And it's mostly the same for Rain here too. Like hers was predominantly pink, but you get some of the black here, which I always thought was kind of cool, because again, it helps to convey that this is because the way it swirls, I never quite got this, is because it's like it sticks to them, it sticks to their skin. And you can even see if you look through the inside here, she's actually still painted on the undersection here going down, which is actually kind of nice to see, because again, certain positions I could have seen them saving some money on the paint there, because it's not like you're gonna really see it when it's like full on your shelf, you know. But I do like that they decided to actually go all out when completing the figure. Now, outside of that, the other thing I think I always liked about this one too is it has more of like that Sailor Scout kind of feel, just like the Mobile Gundam mech did. And I think this one, just between the two, this one's easily the one you're definitely going to want to pick up. Because this is literally the only option that I know of to get her in the plug suit. Mega House did do previous ones of these. Her in the plug suit for Rain. And then Allenby you could get in her normal clothes, which I still need to try to get a hold of. The Rain one would be kind of cool too, because it's just she's bending over. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But to conclude this video, if you guys are interested in picking these up, I would try to keep it somewhere in the $30 range. I think is pretty fair for these. When I got these, they were about 20 bucks. But if I do remember right for that unboxing video, the packagings weren't the best. And I think that's the reason why I was kind of excited that I got them for so cheap, because eBay, they can be a little bit more pricey when they do show up on there. But I think at that price point, I was pretty happy. If I paid like $40, $50 and getting upwards of some of the more pricey statues, that hurt a little bit. And especially with the scale here, because grabbing high-grade Noble Gundam, because she's still sitting on the shelf, or on my floor here, they're actually shorter than her. Well, I guess she is floating a little bit, so I mean, it's about the same size. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to go check out our Patreon. This would have been up a day in advance, so there might be some more of these already up there. And if you guys would just like to help support the channel and help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, and come arrange today, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.